Good morning. It's been a long time since I've did a video blog, or whatever people want to call it. I haven't been on ClassX radio for 2 weeks voluntarily because I'm focusing on my law practice. And I always love sitting in this chair because this is the scene of the famous quote-unquote crime that got me kicked off WLW. But I wanted to do some video blogs this morning on several subjects and put them out there on Facebook. And the first one that I wanted to talk about, and it just fired me up last night, was the National State of the Union. And as we hit $17 trillion in debt, we have a president who is going out on vacation. He's going in one direction, his wife and kids are going in another direction. We got Joe Biden heading out in limousines all across France and every place else. And it struck me of the complete lack of concern, or for lack of a better word, empathy for others. And I tell you, somebody who has just recently set an extremely good example is the new Pope, Pope Francis. Pope Francis said the Vatican needs to focus on humility, helping the poor, and so forth and so on. And there's many people that could argue, or would try to argue, that that is a socialist principle. But that's not true at all. Anybody knows that a good citizen knows that we have to help those that are less fortunate. But the Pope is really the most powerful person on earth. He's much more powerful in a lot of ways than the President of the United States. And the reason being is Catholics are the largest, they make up the largest religious group in the world, by far. And there's Catholics in every country, I think. There's certainly Catholics in North America and South America, Europe, where they very much dominate. And so he crosses country lines. And he has made a point, and everybody knows this from Argentina, that he has decided that, when he was there, when he was a cardinal, he lived in this little apartment. He fixed his own meals. He didn't own a car. Now just think about this. He's the most powerful man probably on earth. The Vicar of Christ. And he, with all of that power, all of the pomp and circumstance that the Vatican gives, can you imagine what the Pope could eat every night, every morning, and for lunch every day? Can you imagine all of the perks that the Pope has at his disposal? And he voluntarily has chosen not to partake of those. And the defense of all of those from Obama, and I saw this last night, this Goldsby character on Hannity, he said, well, George Bush took all these vacations to Crawford, Texas. And you know what? He's right. I thought George Bush was a lazy ass. And it doesn't mean that Barack Obama should be. When you look at all the golf, like 118 rounds of golf, and everything else that he does. You know, he has these concerts at home, the vacations at Martha Vineyard, Michelle's vacation in Spain, in Vail, Colorado. The insensitivity and the lack of leadership is incredible to use that office. And they just showed a clip of him in 2006 saying that if he was offered the presidency, you give up your family, you give up your sleep, and it's all about work. Well, nothing's been further than truth from this guy. And it just is reflective. It amazes me how the President of the United States reflects where we are as a country. And it's not a very good place. But it just struck me the difference between the Pope and Biden and the President. And all the others too in Congress. Some of these Tea Party candidates like Rand Paul, they sleep in their congressional office. Pretty good example. But wouldn't it be nice to have somebody in the presidency that got it, that really understood what was going on and how he could use his office? We come back, I've got more to say about America.